Greetings and welcome to a Prayerful Pause. I'm Nancy Woodworth-Hill and amongst other things, a spiritual director. Today we will look at some wisdom on differences between stillness, solitude, and silence in the context of meditation or a meditative practice. John of the Cross, who died in 1591, is a Spanish mystic, wrote that silence is God's first language. Indeed, all mystics understand that silence is critical to our inner wholeness and growth as human beings. Yet, many individuals have great difficulty with silence to the point of being afraid of it. In silence, we're forced to face our thoughts and feelings, memories and fears, perhaps even guilt, regrets, and resentments. It all comes bubbling up, claiming our attention. In his book, The Sacred Enneagram, Christopher Hoyerts includes a chapter titled The Unexpected Gifts of Solitude, Silence, and Stillness, in which he notes that once we're able to let go of the internal chaos, we find love. He states that the mystery of silence draws us deeper into love, and love is something we cannot control. Love invites us into fresh ways of thinking and unfamiliar ways of being and doing. This practice of quietening ourselves is a contemplative practice. And here the mystics tell us we can be changed. We can be transformed. Stillness, solitude, and silence are different facets of contemplative practice, which work with our three centers: the gut or belly center with regard to stillness, the heart with solitude, and the head center with silence. So for more on this, please listen to the video, The 7-Minute Practice. Hoyerts notes on prayer posture, stillness teaches us restraint so we can discern what appropriate engagement looks like. So this is a counterpoint to doing and control the addiction of the gut or belly energies. Solitude teaches us how to be present to ourselves, the divine, and others. It's an invitation to return to essence and bring our true self, our heart energy, into relationship and connection with no strings attached. And silence teaches us how to recognize and listen to the divine, to others who speak to us and to ourselves, cutting through inner noise which distracts. These practices are enhanced through alignment with what Christopher Hoyerts calls prayer intention. These are practices of consent, so an active agreement, engagement, showing up, and rest, relinquishment. So we differ on how we most easily function in the world. Individuals function, as Enneagram wisdom tells us, through relationships, through idealism, or through pragmatism. Ultimately, these intentions help us find our way home to wholeness. Together, as Hoyerts writes, these form 9 different ways to enter contemplative prayer. By giving attention to the prayer posture, stillness, solitude, or silence, we allow a prayer intention, consent, engagement, or rest to emerge, which otherwise are difficult to identify. The wisdom is that we do 2 of the prayer postures, stillness, solitude, or silence, well, and need to learn the other one. So these together, the prayer posture and the prayer intention, help form a map for what each of the 9 Enneagram types need to discover freedom and find wholeness. So he states, giving attention to our posture, so stillness, solitude, or silence, allows an intention to emerge. Maybe it's consenting to God's love for you, no longer trying to earn it, or trying to figure it out, or trying to resist it, but just letting God's love wash over you. Or maybe it's engaging God's love, making it the source of your affirmation, allowing it to silence your fears, or letting it bring an inner grounding peace. Finally, it may be simply resting in God's love, receiving it as the ultimate source of goodness, seeing your belovedness in it, or allowing rest to become freedom, the gift it was always meant to be. The path home is simple, requiring only participation. But it may be easier said than done. I learned through his work that I need to consent to silence, which made the process of meditation ever so much more easy for me. It's appropriate to take time to try to figure out these different prayer postures, stillness, solitude, and silence, along with the various prayer intentions, consent, engagement, and in resting. So you may consider playing with those different things, which opens up that space for you to find the divine love with greater ease. So as we prepare our bodies for meditation and receive our breath, I invite you to give this map a try. The mystics tell us that meditation, silence, which is stillness, silence, and solitude together, ultimately these are the spaces in which we meet the divine. If this video has been helpful to you, please consider sharing it. So go in peace.